welcome to Share the Light. And my name is Ching Lo, and this is Professor Ching Lo. He's the principal of AWE. Welcome to Dr. Ching Lo. Would you please tell us a little bit about Professor Ching Lo?
Well, I'm a nobody, but I've dedicated my life in the pursuit of what's the meaning of life and how to get there. In other words, what is enlightenment all about?
So when you talk about enlightenment, and enlightenment is in our AWE title is the Academy of Wisdom and Enlightenment. Would you please explain to tell us about the enlightenment?
Well, to make a long story short, on the homepage of our website, which is the Academy of Wisdom and Enlightenment, www.awe-edu.com, the definition of enlightenment is right here. So on the left side is enlightenment, and it gives a question and answer, what is that? And at the bottom, we'll have a definition of enlightenment. On the right-hand side is why should we bother about enlightenment? It has everything to do with freedom, because we all want to be free. None of us wants to suffer. So again, there's a series of question and answer addressing that.
Thank you.
Oh, may I just supplement?
Yes.
At the Academy of Wisdom and Enlightenment, we do have our own definition of enlightenment. And I will show you our definition of enlightenment is the same one that you have already introduced to your audience in one of your broadcasts.
Yeah.
Okay? So we talk about Buddhism, and the term Buddha means the awakened one. And that awakening has to do with awareness. If I don't know something, that means I don't have the knowledge of that something. So when I have the knowledge, I don't know become I know. I don't know, or you can say I'm not aware of that. So when you have that awareness, you have that knowledge, you say, I am now aware of this, whatever that phenomenon or knowledge is. So that awareness is in the very center of waking up. So people can wake up through all sorts of discipline, including religion, metaphysics, science, and philosophy, and it's a process of waking up or becoming aware of the true meaning of life. So that is why the meaning of life. Now, having defined the meaning of life, that will lead us to the next step, which is called enlightenment, and according to the AWE definition, is embracing the knowledge in totality and live out one's life wisely to its highest value. So enlightenment has to do with the value of life. We do not subscribe to someone who says, I'm enlightened, but then I'm totally removed from the world. To us, the enlightened being is highly engaged in the world, engaged in mission impossibles to better the world. So that is how we define enlightenment.
Thank you. So how did you really start AWE?
Well, the history probably is not important, but rather the educational philosophy is the heart of AWE. If we look at our civilization today, science and technology is in the driver's seat. Yeah. But what is missing in science and technology is it hardly touches on life itself, on the value of life, the meaning of life. It provides us with tremendous materialistic wealth, but it also causes a lot of suffering as a side effect. On the other hand, philosophy itself is a wide discipline, but enlightenment is a marginalized small aspect of philosophy in the big picture of it. Religion, on the other hand, broadly speaking, we can look at two categories of religion. The orthodox religion rely on God for salvation and liberation. It is the heterodox religion that talk about enlightenment, talk about liberation by one's effort. Such heterodox religion are best represented by Buddhism, Jainism, and some schools of Hinduism. So, what is missing in the heterodox philosophy that guide us towards enlightenment is the scientific support. So what is unique about the AWE educational approach is we use modern scientific language, put it in a philosophical context in order to guide us on the path towards enlightenment, and hopefully this path will be a pleasant and entertaining and a happy journey for everyone.
Thank you. Would you please explain a little bit about curriculums? We have 2017 and 2018 curriculums posted on our website.
Yes, so I would highly recommend everyone to begin by joining the 2017 correspondence class just by clicking here, and it will go to the course that you are organizing, Chi, and thank you for doing such a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Okay. So all the lecture series are listed here and will be populated as your class progress. In the future, what we try to do is the full curricula, and in the full curricula, when I click on it, it's going to give you all the courses, first year, second year, third year, and so on. And in this 4 years of curriculum, it will hyperlink to all the different lectures. Now, why the complication? Why the 4 years? First of all, enlightenment is a process which is a lifetime, so 4 years is not much. And secondly, what these courses are step by step to give us the necessary background knowledge. Without the background knowledge, when we say a term or technical jargon, there's actually a lot of background knowledge that goes with that. So these will give us those background knowledge. And hopefully they will be entertaining and fun to learn.
Thank you, Dr. Lo. And last year, 2016, you went to China for about 6 months. Would you please tell us a little bit about that trip?
Yes, I went to China with one thing in mind, which is to marry science and religion together. And why pick China? Well, if we look at history of the Western civilization, what we will find is that there has been antagonistic. Okay. So what I would like to see is that religion and science work together, which has not been the case in Western religion. So here we can see arm wrestling between Einstein and Jesus. And Einstein is saying to Jesus, "You are superstitious." And Jesus replied, well, you have a knowledge block. Your knowledge is actually blocking your spirituality. So this kind of antagonism is not good. What we really like to see is the two hugging together. And here, Jesus is saying, I love you, I understand you. And Einstein says, I love you too. And I also want to understand you.
Yeah.
And I've been looking for you all this time. So, this is the ideal situation. If science and religion can really, really hug together, I think this will lead human civilization towards a new horizon. But if we look right back at history, since the time of Galileo, when he proposed that the earth is not the center of the world, right away he was condemned by the church. He had to rescind his scientific theory and put under house arrest for the rest of his life. That is why all the scientists in Europe has gone underground. Meanwhile, 400 years later, we have noted scientists such as Stephen Weinberg, the Nobel Prize winner in physics, and Stephen Hawking that we all heard about. They have very clearly denied the existence of God. So we can see in the history of the past 400 years in the Western civilization, 400 years ago, religion is suppressing science, and today science is denying religion. So if I try to marry science and religion in the Western civilization, I think I'm going to be up against a lot of obstacles. So I choose China because Buddhism in China is well established. And not only that, in all of the sutra, all of the holy texts, and all of the commentaries of Buddhism, there has never been a single statement that conflicts with science. So I thought that would be a wonderful platform to begin marrying religion and science. The second reason is China has undergone its economic progress and political stability, and that their society, the nation now, is ready for religious tolerance. And in that void of religion, for the past several decades, has been quickly filled by Orthodox religion, especially Christianity, so that Christianity today is the most popular religion in China, more so than Buddhism and Taoism. So the nation is ready, the population is ready, and the religion has always been ready. And that is why I venture into China. And my mission is to establish the first Buddhist Institute of Science, which has never been initiated in history.
Thank you, Dr. Lo. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much. It's nice talking to you, and all the best to the audience. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.